Okay, so it is Friday of homecoming week. So I am hiding out in a back classroom really quick during my prep hour to try to make my video really fast because my weekend's going to be slammed. I thought I would start the video today with what happened today. So Tom Luna, the Idaho education superintendent for our state, came and made a visit to my classroom this morning. He came to Kamiah because we won some awards for some of our distance learning stuff, and since then we've started blending, and so when they scheduled him to come, they also scheduled him to come see my classroom and what was going on. So I had him first hour. It was super fun, actually. He came in, just kind of introduced himself for a second, and then we just got going on class like we normally do. Jumped right in with the students, and he started asking them a lot of questions like, how do you enter your answers? What do you think about doing math this way? And it was fun for me to just listen to my kids and watch them explain what we're doing and talk about everything. After probably 10 minutes or so, he asked me what it looks like from my end, and actually it was super fun. I got to pull out my iPad, and I'm in my grade book, and I said, see, right here, I can see who's in what assignment. I can see what questions they've answered, which ones they haven't, what questions they've gotten wrong. I can be over here helping so-and-so. Another kid says, Missy, I'm not sure why I got this answer wrong. I can pull up their answer and say, oh, did you notice this? And literally be helping like two kids almost at the exact same time. And what was really cool was before I could finish, my kids start popping in. And they start saying, yeah, and when she's gone and when we have a sub, it's like this, and she records videos and we can hear her voice, and when we do tasks, it's like this, and when we do this, it's like this. And so they just started explaining a bunch of stuff, and that was what was really cool to me. He did ask me where we learned how to do all of this. He asked some great questions. It got me thinking, and I just said, you know, we joined the Blended Learning Consortium, and Teresa Carter was our representative. And from what I understand from the teachers I've talked to so far and some of the professional development, I think we're the only school blending MVP, that curriculum right now. And the consortium that we joined did have math classes already created, but I wanted to use the curriculum that I had. And a couple of them were kind of stumped and weren't really sure we could do that, but I started thinking creatively, and Teresa was a fantastic resource, and we essentially built it ourselves and said, you know, we can make this work. It's a powerful tool, so how do we make it work for what we want to do? And so it kind of shared that. I did really tell Mr. Luna, I said the reality is this is still a brick and mortar classroom. We're just learning to leverage technology for the biggest benefit. And that's really what blended learning is. That's it. People ask me all the time, what is blended learning? And I find myself doing all of these long descriptions to try to explain it. And this week, it really just kind of hit me. You know, it really, in short, it's a brick and mortar classroom where we just learn to leverage technology for the biggest benefit. And that's what blended learning really is. He made the comment before he left. He said, wow, that's pretty awesome that you're doing something like that, like in Kamiah, you know, and here you are in Kamiah, and you're doing something like that. And so it was fun. It was fun for the kids. Kind of fun for me. It was quick. It wasn't like it was that big of a deal, but he asked some great questions, and I was, I think, most excited about my kids' responses and their interactions. So that was very cool. Another little tidbit I wanted to say this week. It's homecoming week. It has been nuts. Yes, I'm the teacher that dresses up every day, and I don't know, other teachers, you just understand. Homecoming week is just a crazy week. So I was a little nervous on how this was all going to go over homecoming week, but I found that blended learning really lends itself to these crazy weeks. And it felt like more of my kids engaged in homework this week than like when I've taught before with homecoming weeks, or if I've subbed or different things like that. I don't know, it seemed like the portal kind of pushed them, like here's the expectation, here's what is due, here's what is graded. And so several of them, if they didn't make it happen in class because it was homecoming week and it was hard to get everybody focused, they went home and did it. And so that was really cool. But the last thing I really wanted to hit this week is I just wanted to point out, you will find that your students have to take some more administrative time. And in my journal, I kind of wrote it this way. So my old way of teaching, the old way, I spent a ton of time doing administrative stuff, grading papers, prepping different things, even just in the ways I interacted with my students. It just felt really tedious and administrative a lot of times. My new way, the blended way, is I spend my time, really almost all of it, with my kids in some way or another, even if it's typing them feedback that they're all going to read at the same time the next day or whatever it is on their portal. But like classroom time, before school, lunch, after school, I am tutoring like crazy. I mean, I've got kids in with me all the time. I don't know when I would grade papers, honestly, at this point. It's so cool. They're learning so much and I get to teach. And what I'm finding is you're going to have a few kids that are a little frustrated. They're like, it takes a little longer to type in the answers, or why can't I just do it on paper? It's faster. Part of that administrative time has kind of got delved out a little bit, you know, to my kids. A little, you know, if you think about 60 of them all getting a little chunk of it, it's really not much for each of them, but they do have some administrative time. It allows me, though, to really teach effectively. And to me, the secondary benefit is, yes, they're spending some administrative time. It's pretty minor, and honestly, they're getting faster and faster every week. So that administrative time is going down, down, down. But what to me is a huge benefit too is that in their administrative time, that's what I kind of call it, as they're learning to maneuver technology and maneuver the portal, they are learning a skill that they are going to use. Whether it's on-the-job training, a lot of times they do virtual trainings, even at Mills, different things like that, banking, Starbucks, I mean, I don't know, lots of places they set you on a computer and say you have to complete this training. So virtual training is one way they're going to see it. College, if they go there, they're going to see it. Technical schools, oh my goodness, that's just a crazy huge avenue right now for this kind of interaction. And so even though they are spending a little bit of administrative time, and like I said, it's just getting less and less every week as they get better and better. And mind you, this is brand new for our school. So it's not like I have just my freshman kids learning it. The entire school is learning this year. So I know I mean, next year I'm going to have most of my kids already crazy fast at it, and we'll integrate a couple kids that haven't really done it yet, and the rest of the kids will help them learn it faster. But it is a skill that they're going to use. So even to me, I'm like, wow, it's not tedious time either. And I feel like my time and my kids' time is so much more effective now. So it is something your kids are going to complain about a little bit, but just remember, it's letting you to teach even better. At least that's how I feel. I get to be a better teacher because of this. And yes, it's taking you a little more time, but it's teaching you a skill that you need. So anyway, this week was fun. It was nuts. With homecoming, it was nuts. But it was fun, and really, we still got a lot accomplished. It was fun to have Mr. Luna visit, and I think the kids kind of enjoyed it, and, you know, people took some pictures, and it was good. But overall, just loving the journey I'm on again. And so hopefully others are loving it too. My kids are getting just so much more comfortable. In fact, I would say I only have a couple still left that are like, really? Do we have to, you know, and they're the ones that I'm just struggling to get to do anything in general. Everybody else is just, they're in sync, man. They're getting it. And I've had a couple new students come in the last couple weeks, and because the rest of my kids are in sync and they get it, they've just taught the new kids in like a day or two. And these new kids are just, they've never done this before, but bam, they're in it, they're nailing it. And in 1 or 2 days, you would not have known that they came in months later than the rest of the kids. So anyway, been a great week, and I will have video 9 up for you guys next week.